Hey, Trey Veston here, and another beautiful day in the Pacific Northwest, and I am at the range again with the XDM Elite OSP 3.8-inch 10mm. Long name, reasonably sized gun, and we're going to test some more loads. This week, it's the accurate number 9, and we're using 3 different bullets, 190 grain cast bullets I cast myself, Hornady XTPs in 200 grain, and Spear Gold Dots in 200 grain. So we're starting at 11.5 and going up to 12.5. See what the accuracy is like and see which load the pistol prefers. First 3 targets, we're going to be doing the cast bullets. We've got 3 different loads: 11.5 grains, 11.8 grains, and 12.0 grains of accurate number 9. And we're going to chronograph those, see how they do, and then hopefully we can get another inch group like last time. All right, let's get shooting. Okay, Trey Veston back here, and we're done with the cast bullets, 3 loads, and let's see what the results were. First group wasn't bad. Then we got that flyer. I think it was the second shot. Opened it up to 3.5. Before that, it was 1 5/8 inches. Speeds for that's 11.5 grains or 11.5 grains of accurate number 9, and that was 1,086, 1,099, 1,094, 1,077, and the last one was a barn burner at 1125. So there you go. Next group, this came in at 1 5/8 inches, and that's going up from 11.5 to 11.8 grains. Speeds are 1117, 1144, 1129, 1132, and 1148. So in about probably an average of around 1,135 feet per second with the 190 grain hard cast bullet. And the last group, same, 1 5/8 inches, and that bumped us up to 12 grains. Speeds on that, 1129, 1141, 1128, 1159, and 1147. So not too much of an extreme spread. Not too bad. Tried watching the powder measure a little bit more, and it's just, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. The RCBS is just not real consistent. So, but we matched all the grains of the bullets with each other. So that's another trick you can do to try and get more consistent results. So 1 5/8 inches, so just over 1.5 inches at 25 yards with cast bullets, I'm pretty happy with. And again, this video, you're not going to see any action shooting. You're not going to see muzzle flip. That's entirely different genre of video. This one is just, we're working up the loads. Once we find what loads this pistol likes, then we're going to go to the speed shooting and seeing how fast it is and the recoil, and doing a more in-depth comparison to a 40 Smith & Wesson or another 10mm. So alright, let's go and get those XTPs and gold dots going and see how it likes those. got the XTPs done, and they did just a little better than the cast. So let's take a look. First group, for some reason, is always the biggest. That came in at right at 2 inches. And that's using the still the accurate number 9 for all these. 12 grains of accurate number 9. Feet per second, 1166, 1155, 1159, 1146, and 1140. So not a lot of variation in that. That's good, but the group still was opened up. So might have been me. And you'll notice that the point of impact is now centered. I adjusted the red dot again, so can make sure we're shooting the point of aim. Second was our best group. I thought we were going to get an inch out of this one at the 25 yards, but it's just over 1 1/8 inch. Perfect grouping. That's 200 grain XTPs with 12.2 grains of accurate number 9. Speeds for those, there's a little bit of a variation in this one. It went from 1148 to 1182 was the highest spread. Started 1150, 1162, 1148, 1182, and 1154, so it'll probably average out to somewhere around 1160 feet per second or so, but we'll do the math later. And the last group was the max loading for a 200 grain XTP, 12.5 grains of accurate number 9. And it didn't do too bad. I threw one out there a little bit. 12.5 grains will do 1177, 1163, 1184, 1166, and 1167. So closer up there to about 1170 feet per second average, and it grouped exactly 1.5 inches. So I guess you could go with the cast 190 grain, get an 1.5 inch group, and you'll be going yeah, it's a little, about 1150 average, 1145 average. Or with the XTP and 12.5 grains, it'll get you up to about that 1170 or so. And they're both going to group about the same, which 1.5 inch, 25 yards with the rest. Not a ransom rest, just me shooting on my target back there. So still acceptable. Looks like we got some rain coming in. It's about 78 degrees and humid, so it's uncomfortable for a fat guy. But we've got one more bullet to test, 3 loads of 200 grain Spear Gold Dots. So let's get those next.
Intermission time. Time that stretch you've been wanting. And best of all, time to take your pick from that scrumptious array of tasty treats waiting for you at the snack bar, where the popcorn...
I am always amazed at how far the 10mm will throw brass. And today we set not only a new accuracy record, but we set a new distance record. I am standing at the brass, and it is 45 feet away. 45 feet away from the bench. So I think that's a record for how far brass has been thrown. So there you go. Okay, looks like the Spear 200 grain Gold Dots are the clear winners here. Extremely happy. I had one flyer, which was completely my fault. As soon as I touched off the trigger, it's like, oh, crap, I blew that group. So let's look at the numbers here. 200 grain gold dot, number 9, accurate, of course. Starting out 12.0 grains, same as the XTP. It's right here, barely over an inch, 1.125 group. Speeds, 1145, 1130, 1123, 1135, and 1138. Run the numbers, see what the averages are later. But compared to the 12 grains, that's a little slower. The gold dots are going a little slower than the XTPs, because the 200 grain XTPs with the exact same charge was going 1166, 1155, 1159, 1146, and 1140. So, yeah, a little slower in the old gold dots. We bumped it up to 12.2 grains. And those are going 1143, 1158, 1148, 1147, and 1144. And it was 1.125 inches. Then I got that flyer. I knew I did that, and that opened up to 2.5. But still, gun likes it. Gun loves the gold dots, so hopefully I can find some of those again. Let's see, compared to the 12.2 in the XTP, they're going slower. The fastest in the XTP with 12.2 grains was 1182, and the fastest with the gold dots at 12.2 was 1158, so 30 feet per second or so slower. Last group, 12.5 grains. I think that's the best 25-yard group I have ever shot with a handgun. I mean, it came in at 3/4 inch. And I know I've got some inch groups, maybe a 7/8 years ago, but yeah, 3/4 inch. And you can see we're doing just over an inch, so that's not a fluke. This gun is remarkably accurate for a defensive pistol. I don't know too many defensive 3-point-inch barreled 10 millimeters that can do 3/4 inch groups. So let's look at the numbers. 12.5 grains. They're going 1157, 1177, 1165, 1183, and 1162. So the extreme spread was between 1157 and 1183. My math is so bad. It's like 24 feet per second spread. Not bad. Who knows what the average is going to be? Probably around 1168 or 1177, 1170, somewhere around there. And for the gold dots to compare, or the XTPs with the same charge, there they go. They were doing just about the same, 1177, 1163, 1184, 1166, and 1177. So very close. So I think that 12.5 grains is the cat's meow for these. So we'll see. And in the XTPs, they got 1 5/8 inch, and with this, cut it in half to 3/4 inch. So yeah, that's good shooting. Alrighty, Trey Veston back here, and that concludes another successful range session with the XDM 3.8 inch Elite OSP 10 millimeter, and it was a good one. You can see that 3/4 inch group, best I've ever gotten. Phenomenal. So next, now that we know what it likes, and it does like gold dots and XTPs to some extent, but anyway, now let's see how fast I can shoot this thing at different multiple targets. And being kind of a redneck, that'll probably be pop cans or something else. So yeah, tune in for that, and we'll compare it to a Glock and my little SIG P365 and just see how fast we can shoot the different ones. I'm trying to get a shot timer, but I just bought an adventure motorcycle today, so, and prices are crazy. So bought a KLR 650 brand new, and I have to drive 300 miles to Boise to pick it up next week. So it'll be hard to justify a shot timer when I need all sorts of goodies for a KLR. So we'll see. We'll keep shooting, doing more manly man fun stuff in the Northwest, And yeah, subscribe if you want. If you don't subscribe, doesn't hurt my feelings. I know my video is not the highest quality, but I try not to be a tactical Timmy and say a bunch of gun stuff that's not true, or yeah, something I don't know anything about. If I don't know, I'm pretty honest. But I think my shooting stands for itself. I'm a good shot, and I like to evaluate guns and see what they're capable of. So if you want to see stuff like that, instead of people just blasting away at 7 yards at reactive targets and saying, oh yeah, it's accurate, is it? We don't know. 25 yards, the XDM Elite, it's freaking accurate. 3/4 inch group at 25 yards. Let's see a tactical Timmy do that. So, alrighty, Trey Veston out, and we'll have some fun next time too. Alrighty.